Hi and welcome to Legaler. Today I'm going to quickly show you how to get started and get the most out of the platform. So Legaler is a secure online communication platform for the legal industry, making it super simple for clients to join a meeting without having to download any plugins or install any applications. So it's natively based in the browser. All data is always encrypted, whether it's in transit or at rest, and stored on Amazon, AWS, military grade servers. So the easiest way to get started with a meeting is to actually use your personal meeting room URL. So every user has this unique URL, and think of it as the address for your virtual office. Now this is a fixed URL, so that if you're sending this to multiple parties, they're always going to land in the same meeting room. Now, if they have that link and you're not in a particular meeting, but you are on the platform, it'll actually give you a call and it'll actually alert you that someone's trying to join a meeting with you. Now, if I just want to start a meeting with the virtual meeting room and then share that URL with other parties, I can also do that. So let me quickly show you what this URL, now that I've copied it, looks like in another browser. So this would be someone receiving this link for the first time. So you can see it's /Stevie demo /meet. Now this is where they arrive. So this is somewhat of a waiting room in the sense that they can either call as a guest without signing in, just entering their name, or if they have a previous account, they can either log in or use their social. This is also my external facing profile page. It's got a little micro bio. I've got some booking appointments that I can show you in a moment how they also work. So let's just go back to the main platform. Now let me quickly show you around the meeting room. So if I want to start a new meeting, I just hit start new meeting. And again, I can share this URL with anyone and let them join. So right now I can choose my camera. You'll see me on the screen. I've got my microphone and my audio output as well. So I'm going to hit next. And this is where you can play with the settings for the meeting room. So if you want to increase the privacy, you can turn this from public to private. Now on public, anyone with that URL can easily join the meeting. Once I turn it to private, they'll have to request access. So it just adds another layer of security. I can also completely disable link sharing, which means that the other parties won't have a link to share for someone to join the meeting. At this point, I can still invite someone by name or email just by simply typing it here, and they'll receive an invitation. So let's just hit start so I can show you around the meeting room. So you'll notice on the right-hand side, I've got my meeting pad. So when somebody else joins the meeting, there's a real-time chat and drag and drop file sharing, so you can communicate with multiple parties in real time. You also have the agenda, so all the bits and pieces you need for a meeting all in one place. Now, we didn't create an agenda for this meeting, obviously, but if you create one beforehand, this will be visible when you join the meeting, or you can actually click now and actually upload, so let's just say item 1, and you can upload a file there as well. So now that's going to be visible to everyone. That's the agenda, that's the shared meeting pad. Now I've also got a private notepad here. So under notes, if I hit plus, this is where the notes are only available to myself. Now these are private and they'll end up in my note module, so I can access those later on, but it's also shareable. So I can actually choose to share this later on, but I can say, good client, and I can copy and paste images in there. I can put PDFs, Word docs. That's my private notepad. Now we'll notice down the bottom here, I've got screen sharing. So you can screen share with other parties and share documents. You've got recording. So there's cloud-based recording, again, encrypted and stored at rest in an encrypted state. And I've got the invite button. So from here, again, I can invite parties to this meeting. So really quite simple. I also have the ability to leave this meeting and come back in. So if I hit end, I have two options. One is to leave the room. There could be other parties in there. I could have multiple rooms running to say it's a mediation. But essentially, I can leave or end this meeting directly from here. So for now, I'm going to end. And after every meeting, you have a meeting details page. So at the meeting details page, you see a nice summary of who was in the meeting, when they joined. You can find the recording. You'd also see your notes and agenda. Now, Legaler also integrates with back office, and if you connect your back office, we integrate with Clio currently. You'll see a button up the top here, and that will let you push all of this data into your back office, creating a time entry and also an invoice if you'd like. So now let me show you how to create a meeting through scheduling. So there's no upcoming meetings scheduled right now, but I'm going to create my first one. I have two options. One is to meet now, which takes me through a similar scenario to my personal meeting room URL, which I just showed you. That means that if someone's on the platform or you just want to spin up a meeting really quickly, you just hit meet now and invite the parties either by email or by sharing a link. Now let's schedule something. So Leagler also connects to your Outlook and Google Calendars, so there's no conflict, and you can actually see within Leagler your other appointments. So let's just say a new client meeting. Matter is optional, but again, it's just a tag. It lets you index all of your information inside Leagler. Again, with the Clio integration, all your matters will show up here, so you can instantly tag the conversations by matter, and we'll be adding more and more back office solutions over time. So here I've got Spectre versus Ross. Great, nice and handy. I'll know that I can find this meeting under this particular matter later on. Now to invite someone, you just simply enter the email. They don't need a Leagler account. There's no need to invite them to the platform beforehand. You simply type in their email, or if they're an existing member, you can just type in their name. Here we go, there's Danny. Now I'm going to suggest a time. So when I look at my calendar, I don't have any calendars connected here, but it's taking me to the date today. I've just selected an hour. If you send one time in Leagler, it's an accept decline scenario. So the other party will just either accept it or decline it. They get an email invitation and they can choose to either inform you that they want to join or not. If I go ahead and select multiple times, it starts creating a poll. So if I say choose 3 times and hit save, the other party is going to get this invitation, but it's going to tell them to vote for their preferred time. Now this gets rid of the email back and forwards, and you can actually just schedule a time as the organizer by seeing everyone's preference. So it could be multiple parties. Let's say it's a board meeting with 10 people. You will automatically see the most popular time and be able to confirm it that way. Now, when you get to the bottom here, you can add an agenda. So that could be, please review documents. You can also upload any files and attachments there quite easily as well. And you can also play with, whether you want the video or this to be just simply an audio meeting. You can play with whether this is just a phone call or in person. I'm going to leave it on Leagler video. And then you can also toggle the privacy. Again, similar to the meeting room, if this is set to private, someone who has the link for this meeting room has to request access, and always adds a layer of extra privacy. If I'm not too fussed about who can join this and it's more of a broader meeting that I want other parties to kind of invite their friends or colleagues, well, I can leave that as public. So I'll let this go as private. Now I've sent the invitation. So now you can see I have a nice list of meetings in my upcoming meetings list. As the meetings fill up in my calendar, I can see a nice vista into my day or upcoming meetings and simply click through. And again, on this page, you have a list of all the details for the meeting. And I can now, as the organizer, see which time is the most popular. Again, no one's voted obviously at this stage, but I can just hit, let's go with number 1. Okay, so now that I've sent that invite, the only thing I need to do now as the organizer is to hit start meeting at the time of the meeting. If I click it now, it will just inform me that this meeting's a bit early. So do I want to start early? Naturally, I don't need to start the meeting now. And the other parties get an email once you send the invitation, and then 1 day before as a reminder, and then they get the final reminder half an hour before the meeting starts. So this is what it looks like in the other party's inbox. So you'll see they get a meeting confirmation, it's got a subject, they can add it to their calendar, and again, they'll get an invite right before the meeting. They just simply click that and it takes them directly into the meeting securely. So zero friction, zero need to download any applications, from email straight into the meeting in one click. Now, we also have, again, real-time chat in Leagler. So I've got the ability to add multiple parties to a group chat. It's asynchronous, so you could have a dispute resolution taking place on the platform. You can start multiple different meetings from these chats. So if I go up to the right-hand side and click Meet Now, if the other party's on the platform, they'll instantly be invited to a meeting. So you can see here, I just hit start and another meeting room pops open. So you can see that once you have a party or a client invited to the platform, it's super simple to have multiple meetings, to really have real-time chat and have instantaneous collaboration. Now, one of the other ways to start a meeting is to use your scheduling link. So if I go back to the dashboard, you'll see that I have this booking page URL. Now, again, if I copy this URL here and go into another browser, this is where it takes me. And so from here, anyone can actually book your services. So if I create an event called a 1 hour document review and someone hits book, they will only see the availability set in my settings. And if I've connected my Google or Outlook calendar, it will also block out those times. So there's no concern that they'll book over a time that you're previously occupied. Now, let's say I want to book a meeting for Monday. Again, there's some more options on Monday. There's the ability to choose what type of meeting this could be. You might have set this to a phone call or only an in-person meeting. I've obviously got this set just to a legal or video meeting. So the client from there just picks a time that suits them, types in, their issue. Okay, and away we go. They'll just type in their details, potentially a phone number if needed. I'm just logging in from a new browser here, so you won't normally see this. Okie doke. So now that's been added to the calendar, and again, the other party will just receive an email confirmation. They can add it to the calendar from here also. But there's nothing else needed to be done. The other party will get the email reminders all the way up to the moment the meeting starts, and you're all set. So let's just go back to the platform here. I just want to take you to my upcoming meeting list, and you'll see that I've got the 1 hour document review. Here it is, booked by Danny Demo. I've got the party's email, I've got their phone number, and that's about it. And again, from here I could chat with the parties quite easily. I can just hit message. Now this will start a chat. I can say, and again, they'll get an email saying that you've received a secure message on Legaler, and they can come and view that. So you need to add any files. You can upload them easily right here as well. Now let me just quickly show you, if I want to go back and find some things in retrospect, I'm just going to click on matters. You'll see here I created a matter previously. And I had that meeting. So you can see where it says Spector versus Ross, it's showing me the meetings under that matter. And if I go back again, and now just say I want to find the messages. Okay, it's filtered out all the other messages, but it's just showing me the Spector versus Ross. So it's a very handy way to group all your conversations by a particular matter, making everything completely matter-centric. And again, I have my notes. Here's my notes section. I've got all of my different notes here. I can add, again, one of the other parties to this note very easily, and they can also collaborate and type on the note here or see it. And just lastly, I'll quickly take you through the settings. So you've got your profile settings here. We can upload a profile picture, a cover photo. Again, this is what someone will see where you share your booking link. I've got my meeting settings. So this is automating my bookings. I can set my office hours so they can't book me outside of these hours. And I can also connect my Google and Outlook calendars. Again, you can set all the different options around your notification settings. We offer, again, integration with Clio, so you can do that in the back office here. And finally, if I actually want to create a booking, I come into services and hit add service. Now I can say, let's call it 15-minute client meeting. Let's copy that. So I'm creating a booking event here, and again, this is going to be accessible from my booking page. Now, I only want this as an example to be a phone call. So what I would do is just enter my phone number here and leave that as an option for the parties. So I'm going to hit create. And again, this now appears on my booking page. So anyone booking this, you can see the icon that says it's on the phone. They will be able to access this from my booking link, book it, and automatically meet with me, and I'll be the one giving them the phone call. So as you can see, Legal lets you schedule, host, and archive all your meetings all securely in one place, and it's all completely matter-centric, helping you organize it. If you need to dig up a meeting from the past, you can easily do that under Meetings, hit Past, and you'll have a list here of all the meetings you've had with all the details, with all the agendas, all the notes, all the recordings. Now, this lets you, the system lets you download these. You can keep them as a system of record, but ultimately it's the simplest way and the most secure way to meet with anyone online. Thanks for joining me.